All share index is breaking out just like I predicted in our previous meeting. I said this place need to hold, and what we saw was actually a bounce from this major, not major per se, from this minor support. So we see the push, and we'll get into this point, which actually serve as another minor resistance upward here, and we have a break from this area, which gives us a clear indication that the bull are in charge. So from tomorrow, you will continue to see the all share index continue to tick high because of the expectation that is building up in the market. And from Friday and upper week, you start seeing results coming out from companies, and that will also bring some kind of trend or some kind of should I call it anticipation or expectation in the market, because the market ride with expectation. You understand? That's why most times you're amazed when the reading happen, it looks as if nothing is actually happening because everything has been priced in. So that's how the market is designed. So guys, I just want you to keep a close eye on this. Like I told you, I said we are moving straight to this part. So by next week, I want to see the all share index closing around 46, 146, 147, and we'll look at the momentum, and we'll come here again to look if we can break this section here. If we can break this resistance, which actually hits around this area here on the 12th of August, if we come to this part and then click it on the 12th of October, that would be nice. But I want it to cross before my birthday, which is on the 10th. So I want this area to cross. I want the all share index to break this major resistance before the 10th of October. So by the way, my name still remains Investor Joe, and you are welcome to the Financial Edge, where we teach how to gain financial freedom via trade and investment. So in today's video, we're going to look at the all share index. We're also going to look at the NGS oil, because we'll see some movement in oil and gas. You know, the last time we met, I told you guys about ARADEL, and so far ARADEL, I told you guys that I just needed to close above, and that will push some major indices, and that is what we are seeing in the all share index. The all share index track the overall market, like I explained in my previous video, but as you can see, some stocks are still down. So just the ARADEL movement actually changed the movement of the all share index. So the large cap are the ones that actually move the all share. And that's why sometimes you see the all share index is not moving, and some penny stock are doing wonder, delivering 50, 100%. Now we're going to look at top gainers also. So far the top gainers we have UPDC gained 10%, Enamelware gained 38, not 38% though, 9.97%, and we have the likes of Etana, we have the likes of ARADEL, and we have the likes of Initiate, which is TIP, and the likes of Unicel. We also have the likes of Thomas Watt and the likes of Transcom gaining 8.48%, followed by Living Trust also 7%, and we have the Nigerian Police Force also gained 7%, and Elan Lakes gained 6%. We have the whole lot of them here. And if we quickly jump to top losers to see what actually transpired for the day, we'll jump here and see that we have Union Decon actually dipped 10%, followed by Champion dip 7%, and we have Royal Exchange G 5%, and we have Emma Bank 5%, we have Custodian 5%, we have Guinea Insurance 5%, we also have eTransact 4%. Remember the almighty eTransact that everybody was chasing. So I know by now you should have learned a lesson concerning chasing some stocks. So I told you that there are stocks you can chase. You know, there are some stocks that if you chase them, even if you missed it and it's coming down, no wahala. You get the point. Why there are some, you look at your entry and look at current price, you open your mouth for breeze to come in. So we have Legend Internet, we have Japo, we have Lasako, we have Ikeja Hotel, we have NSL Tech, we have International Brewery, we have Charms, Charms is already 100% for those who subscribe to the right issue. And if in case you are wondering what happened, you can go to my previous video where I talk about the Charms, and you can go there and check your name. If you are qualified, print your personalized form, fill it, and ensure you send them to me. But after today, after 6 p.m. today, after 12 a.m. today, forget about it. It's gone. You understand? It's gone. So now looking at the all share index, which we've explained, you saw what actually transpired. And if you look at everything, everything is playing out as expected, guys. So let's quickly jump to NGS oil and gas. You know, the previous time we had a meeting, I told you guys about. I told you guys that the oil and gas has been the index that have been beaten up this period. All while people are shouting. Imagine you you bought the oil and gas stock since the beginning of this year, and you now tell your friends that you've not make much. You know they'll be laughing at you. Because why? They didn't know that the index that you actually bought stocks from did not move. You get the point? And that is the oil and gas index you can see. But you know, when we looked at it, I told you guys that when ARADEL moves, that the NGS oil and gas index will move. And guess what happened? We actually been able to break through this major resistance here. So currently we are is trading for 2,523 basis points. So this is a major resistance that has been broken. So what we'll be expecting is a breakout. We'll be expecting, just like we have here, we'll be expecting a breakout, and we're expecting a retest, then before price will continue. So that is what we'll be expecting to happen. So the main reason why you will see this, the reason why you see this is because let's go to ARADEL and see, so that you just get the full gist of the game. I know somebody asked me the other time if ARADEL is actually buy at around 560, which I said yes, but I don't know if the person pulled the no, if the person clicked the buy button. I don't know. Let me not be using those words. So you can see. So the reason why I mark this point now is because this is the 700 naira point. So the 700 naira point is that period. You know, after listing, the market pulled back to this area here and started shooting up again to 500, came down here and bounced back. And a lot of people thought from 700 it would be going to 1213. In fact, there are some brokers that actually predicted that it's going to do 12, it's going to do 15, you know, it's going to do 1000. That is why you just have to know how to the kind of broker you take recommendation from, and also ensure you do your own due diligence, because you won't hold anybody for you pulling the trigger. It is you that not pull the trigger, I beg your pardon. It is you that click the buy button. Please, editor, take that part out. So it is you that actually click the buy button. So a lot of people bought around this area here. That was December. A lot of people bought around this area here. So these guys that bought around here, imagine December 2024, these guys have been holding for, look at the months they've been holding. You know, some of you are holding stock now for 6 months and you're like, I'm tired though. Should I take my loss? Should I realize my loss? You know, stuff like that. You can realize your loss, go into the next stock, and that one also we go down again. You say, it's like village people don't get me, or not village people. So you can see how it goes like this. So now, what I'm expecting investors to do, which is the normal way of thinking, I've been holding this stock for months now, and now you now wake up and realize that the stock is currently at your entry. You get the point. Two things will happen. One, a greedy person will say, why I say greedy is because you are greedy and you are fearful in the market if you don't understand how the market works, if you don't understand technical analysis, if you don't understand fundamental analysis. You are greedy and you're fearful and you're selfish because you are acting based on emotion, based on what you think. But if you know all these things, all you need to do is to come and pull up your charts, check one or two things, go to fundamental, check one or two things, go to the news, check one or two things, get some informations like that. But if you just wake up and say, it's close to my entry. You call your broker, please sell 700, ARADEL 700, or you go to your trading platform and you click ARADEL sell. You put your quantity, put everything, and you sell. Do you know why? Because you say, this money that's been suffering since all this month. If I invest this money in, and see, let me tell you, some people talk like that. I always laugh. You understand? You see, you can still invest that same money and the money will go. Yes. So you say if you put it in business do collapse. Business do collapse. So the bottom line is choose what you want to do and stop comparing one business to another. Choose what you want to do. If not, you will suffer in the market. You will suffer in the market. You will say, the money I put in stock, I put it in my business. Then when you put in your business, you now suffer a loss in the business. You will now say, you put the money in stock. Oga, stand one place. Steady. So I just want you to have the right mindset. If this money is for trading, trade it and trade it after 1 year. Check what you've done. Check your mistake. Adjust, readjust, and plan. We are close to the end of the year. By December, you do your book, depending on when you start. If you start by January, you do your 1 year analysis. If you meet halfway, if you do just 3 months, do your analysis. Then January, from this January, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Every business comes with a risk. Every business comes with a risk. Fixed income has its own risks. It's just that the risk is low. So if you are coming to equity that the risk is high and the rate at which you get return is also high too, then you should know what you are doing. You should know what you are doing. The major goal of every investor is preservation of capital. That is the major goal. Once capital is intact, to God be the glory. Because my mom used to say, if you are doing a business and you did not make profit, at least your capital should be intact. So somebody that bought around this area here, guess what they will do? They will offload and say, if I invest this money in other stock, because see, when you look back, I don't know if you come across those videos that will say if you invest 200,000 in UBA, hope you know its content, because even the person saying it did not do it. It's content. So you now looking back, say, this money that I use in buying ARADEL since 700, I bought this other stuff. But do you know if ARADEL deliver 200% to you, you will not say that. That is to say, you are this kind of person, when things are good, you rejoice. When things are bad, you complain. You don't look at them that these things, when things are good, what pattern, what did I do right that makes this thing happen, so that I can continue to get the same result. So you look at the cake, you like the cake, you should go and investigate the recipe. Not you expecting that same cake without you checking the recipe. The cake is bad, you don't trash the cake. You go and look at the recipe. Because if you get angry and trash the cake, you can still produce another one again and it will still be bad. So you go back, check, and you rejig and adjust and you fire on. That's how the market is. So when you hear people say, if you invest this, now is a new day. It's a new day. We are going into January. You are going to January. Come and put the stock and wait till December, so that you too can do your own content and say, if you put. So when people say if you put 100,000 in this, the main point they are trying to pass across to you is the stock market is an opportunity machine that can make you rich, can make you wealthy, can transform your life. That is the singular message they are passing, and they are showing you the possibility. And when they are showing you the possibility, what do you do now that the year is coming to an end? What do I need to buy so that this time next year, this same story that these people shared, this story that I done 1,000%, you go back, you back test. Why the jump? What happened? Which industry? When did it start? What triggered this pump? You check. And by the time you check, you now watch the market and say, okay, what next? We've done good numbers in the market. So it's just for you to be able to check and adjust. So what I'm trying to say is, at this point, there will be some either resistance here or a break and a retest. Because most people that bought around this area, they want to offload. Even though they will take some little loss, they'll say it's better, I've been holding for long. Because that's the same way it will go up and come down, go up and come down. So they will sell around this area. So at 700, you will be facing some resistance here. And if we have another breakout, it will be an opportunity for these same people to actually get out in profit And the next resistance is in this area, which is 802. That's 800 region. So that's the next resistance. So I'll be here to update you guys how the movement moves and how the price is actually moving upward. So I just say let me show you some of these things so that you can get acquainted to know what is going on in the market. So, and also let's quickly look at Orlando. Let's look at Orlando and let's see what Orlando is doing. So Orlando is still trading at 76. So in my previous analysis, everything is still playing out perfectly. Everything is still playing out perfectly. So we had a break. We are now below this major resistance here. 1, 2, 3. So I've not actually had time to check some chart around this area. But with what is going on now, we actually need a bounce back from here. And if it comes down to this point, is excellent because this point has served as resistance around this area. Let's just take this up a bit. Yes, yes. So this point has served as resistant area in the past. So and we can see it also respected this region here. So you can see it's a cool point to load in Orlando. So if Orlando comes down around this 41.90, you want to buy, you get a point for a bounce because we've seen it happening here, and also we've seen this resistance that turns support in this region. And if you check the trend line, it actually respected it for 1, 2, 3. And I told you the fourth time is going to break it. And we have 1, 2. Then the third time, it's actually broke below this support line that we have here. So the next we are expecting is around this area here. But for the fact that the NGS oil and gas is shooting up, I think we may get a bounce back from here. And this area will serve as another resistance. So I'll continue to track the oil and gas sector for you guys. This is the period where these things actually move. You understand? You need to understand trend. You need to understand market cycle so that you can know when to leave some stock, when to go in some stock, so that all year round you'll be a profitable trader. So I hope I've been able to give you 1 or 2 insights, and I hope you've been able to see some few things. Those of us who watch my previous video when I talk about ARADEL, I think you should be in profit now. You should be in because when I talk about ARADEL, let's quickly look at ARADEL. So when I talk about ARADEL was 560. Yes, that was when I talked about ARADEL. ARADEL was Yes, ARADEL was 560. I told you guys that it will go up during the day, which is 597, 98. Then it will come down after market hours. And I said 560 will be a good point to go in. So for those of us who actually took my instruction, by now you should be 10% up, and there's possibility that you actually be 20% up when the market opens tomorrow. That is from here to this point. You see, 24%. So if you sell, that's your 20%, which the 4% will just come by and say, I know it's not up to 4%, but you just give room for such amount, maybe 2-3%. So I hope you've been able to learn 1 or 2 from this video. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified to my posts and enriching videos like this. Until I come away again, keep making money and keep protecting your profit. I love you, my friends, and there is nothing you can do about it. Hands to it, salute. See you in the next one.